In New Orleans, we are in the midst of creating the city, not that we were, but the city that we always wanted to become. And it's working because of the commitment of people who are coming together around common causes, getting things done. Since the Bourbon Street shooting last summer, a broad group of individuals that have great care and concern for the city of New Orleans have come together, not just to complain, not just to talk about what needed to be done, but willing to roll up their sleeves to find an answer in terms of how to do it. And that is to make the city of New Orleans safe and secure, especially the French Quarter of New Orleans, so that we can secure the rest of the city as well. We have put together a multi-phase plan. It is an outgrowth of these meetings that were participated in by the City Council and the Legislature, the French Quarter Management District, the French Quarter Business League, the French Quarter Business Association, the French Quarter Citizens, Bucare Property Owners, French Quarter Advocates, the New Orleans Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Greater New Orleans Hotel Lodging Association, the Convention Center, citizens, and individuals as well. This French Quarter, this piece of ground that we are on, is one of the most important economic engines for the city and for the region and, I must say, for the state of Louisiana. We all have to do our part to make sure it's a healthy neighborhood. Crime is the #1 issue in the city, and it is the #1 dissatisfier for individuals, for businesses, and of course for the tourism industry. In order for this city to work, it's got to be safe, and it's got to be a great place for us to live and to work as well. So today, we are announcing a comprehensive safety plan for the French Quarter. Let me begin with what we have already done. We have already assigned a portion of the Violent Crime Task Force to the 8th District, which is the district that we're in. We have assigned any NOPD reserve officers nightly to the 8th District Blue Light Patrols. We have streamlined the process for applying for Bucare Commission security camera permits. We have doubled the allocation of overtime available for hotspot and community policing citywide. We have reassigned officers from behind the desk to patrols on the streets. In the short term, through the end of this year, we are adding Louisiana State Police troopers that are funded by the Convention and Visitors Bureau. We're adding New Orleans Police Department details to Bourbon Street nightly, paid for by the French Quarter Business League in partnership with the French Quarter Management District and the city. We're adding New Orleans Police Department details in the residential areas of the French Quarter nightly, paid for by local businessman Cindy Torres, who's standing behind me to the left. In partnership with us, Cindy is also launching a new app for his use with the details, and he's donating these new Polaris vehicles that will be used for the details in the French Quarter. Starting in May, we will have these NOLA patrol officers to assist with non-emergency quality of life functions. In the long term, we are focused on 2016 and beyond. This is going to include continuing the Polaris Vehicle Task Force and NOLA patrol programs funded by the city's portion of the city's CVB self-assessment. We are going to continue to recruit more officers until all patrol districts, including in the 8th District, are adequately staffed for violent crime deterrence, calls for service response, and community policing. And finally, long term, we are going to create, in partnership with the Legislature and the City Council, an economic development district to fund state police presence in the French Quarter for the long term. The idea is to create a sustainable revenue source from tourists to help fund state police in this area, which sees about 9 million visitors a year. The funds generated from an additional quarter-cent sales tax within the French Quarter will be used to fund long-term contingent of state police in the French Quarter. The Louisiana State Police and the New Orleans Police Department have had a 35-year fantastic working relationship together, primarily adding responsibilities for Mardi Gras and for special events. We want to make this a permanent relationship. Our state police have been great for us, Colonel Cezanne. They have been spectacular, and we look forward to making this a long-term effort. The new quarter-cent sales tax would only apply in the French Quarter and is only going to happen if it's approved by the voters in an election this October. We expect that this will generate $2 million and will be used as leverage with funds that already exist from hospitality organizations to create a $4.5 million long-term sustainable source of fundings to make sure that this is for the long haul. I want to thank everybody, the CVB, the NOTMC, the Convention Center for stepping up and agreeing to make sure that they're putting into the pot as well. Again, this takes from the steps of City Hall all the way to the voters in order to make this happen. The point is to ensure that visitors are paying for the police necessary to secure their safety while they were here, and making sure that vital services exist in the French Quarter, and make sure that because the French Quarter is taken care of, now NOPD has the opportunity to secure the rest of the city. So this is not just for the French Quarter, it's to make sure that the entire city is patrolled and secure as well. We're going to continue to recruit more officers to the city because of our new recruitment efforts. We have 1,000 people that have signed up. We have a recruit class that is going to graduate in the next 2 weeks. We have another recruit class that will graduate before the end of the summer, and we're already hiring for our third recruit class, and by the end of the year we're going to have more. We have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in recruiting men and women to come to the police department. We're investing in the men and women so that we can retain the officers that are there. We have raised pay. We have bought new cars. We've brought in new equipment, and we're engaging in the best training that we've seen in this city in a very long period of time. Let me end by saying this. The things that work in New Orleans work because we all come together behind a common purpose. I've said it thousands of times. One team, one fight, one voice, one city. When we come together, there is nothing that we cannot do. Public safety is my #1 priority, and it's the #1 priority for the people of the city. I'm committed to work every day to ensure that every neighborhood in the city is safe. Other attempts that we have made to do this, to this point, have not succeeded. We tried with the 2010 security district. We tried in 2011. We tried in 2012 with the hospitality zones. Those things failed for lack of agreement. Today, we have come together and we have succeeded because everybody came to the table, everybody saw opportunity, everybody accepted responsibility, and because of that, we're going to succeed in making the city of New Orleans safe. So again, thank all the men and women, all of the organizations, all the individuals that have come together for this day. This is a very special day for our city, and now I'd like to turn it over to our Chief Harrison.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank everybody for being here today, coming to the table, choosing to be part of the solution, instead of just sitting around talking about the problem. So as your police chief, I'm committed to making sure every neighborhood in this city is a very safe neighborhood. But in order to make that happen, we need more resources so that we can have more boots on the ground. Today's announcement is a comprehensive plan to address the issues in the French Quarter and provide additional resources to Commander Jeff Walls here in the 8th District, where he and his officers work tirelessly every day to make this area a safe area. We already know that the biggest deterrent to crime is an increased police presence. So these off-duty details will work in partnership with the Louisiana State Police to provide more support to the 8th District. And this new plan will allow us to assign our task force and other members of the North Police Department to patrol other areas of the city. At the same time, we're working aggressively every day to grow our police department, with 28 police recruits graduating from the academy next week. Another 28 are scheduled to graduate just this summer, and the first NOLA patrol classes are expected to start very soon that will tackle all of our quality of life issues. I want all of our residents and visitors to not only be safe, but we want them to feel safe. So today's announcement gives our officers the additional help that we need to get us there, and I really want to thank everybody for being a part of this, coming to the table to make this a reality. This time I'd like to turn it over to Major Carl Cezanne of the State Police.
Thank you very much. Let me just start out by saying that on behalf of Colonel Edmondson, he wanted me to extend a sincere appreciation to our state senators and representatives for all their support of our agency throughout the years, and in our support, their support of us for being here in the city. I want to thank Mayor Landrieu for his leadership here in the city, Steve Perry with the Convention and Visitors Bureau for his support for the funding and the hotels, which makes our deployment here in the city possible. You know, very shortly you're going to be seeing troopers on foot patrol, vehicle patrols. We're going to be bringing in criminal enforcement elements. We're going to have plainclothes operations, motorcycles, every aspect of law enforcement services that we can provide to support the NOPD in this effort you're going to see here in the city. I want to thank Sidney Torres for his efforts in helping us in the crime fighting with his app. That's going to help us to identify quality of life issues as well as suspicious activity. We're going to get that information and we're going to support the NOPD on those calls for service. I would also thank Chief Harrison for his leadership and his leadership team that he's put together. It's a great group of guys. We work incredibly well together. We talk on a regular basis. And I think what you're going to see here in the very near future is a seamless operation between the NOPD and the LSP. We're working very, very diligently to integrate our operations now. We've only been on the ground here for a few days now, and so it's a work in progress. So as we move forward in the coming months, you're going to see a seamless operation between the two agencies. I also want to express Colonel Edmondson's commitment, which he said from day one, that he's going to be here whenever asked to do so to support NOPD in their rebuilding efforts. We want to do everything it takes to help make them successful. So I think that's what you see here today. His commitment and to have troopers deployed into the city just reaffirms what he says about his commitment for the city. And then lastly, I want to take this opportunity to thank the men and women of the New Orleans Police Department and the Louisiana State Police who sacrifice each and every day to make everyone safe. We can't thank them enough. It's not me for the administrative position or the chief, it's the boots on the ground that are doing the work, that are putting their lives on the line to make not only the citizens here feel safe, but the visitors as well. And for that, we're extremely grateful for their efforts. Thank you very much.
City Torres.
First off, I just want to say, standing back here, I feel completely honored and blessed to stand with this group because they really all want to work together, and it's so many. I didn't bring a list of names to be able to name them all, but I'm truly honored and blessed to all the public officials, everyone, police officers, police chief, major, Colonel Edmondson. There's so many that I can sit up here and thank, but all I can say is I'm very proud and honored to stand with this group. The mayor's office has been very, very helpful. Ryan Burney pushing this through, making this happen. Not one person can do this. We need everyone to do it. Like the mayor said, it needs to be a group. We all need to work together and do this together, you know, with the state police and everyone together, business leaders and everyone. And I just want to say the app is something that is only going to be successful as if you guys get involved, because we need y'all to get involved. We need y'all to download the app. We need y'all to report the crimes. We need y'all to let the officers know where you see suspicious activity, so then that way they can do their job too and go and stop it before it happens, because this app is a proactive app. This app is something to be proactive. You know, we want to make sure that everyone helps us, because without your help it will not be successful. So we need your help to make that happen. And again, I want to thank everyone, even the guys with Polaris North Shore golf carts for making this and expediting the process and getting the golf carts to us, to the app guys who built the app. I drew the apps on napkins with the cross streets and the long streets, and so it was hard working with me, I'm sure, but he was able to get it done, and now it's done. It's a very simple app. We built the app so my 98-year-old grandmother can operate it. So come on, I want everybody to operate it. No offense, Grammy, no offense. Thanks, guys.
Alex Stein with the Frank Quarter Business League, followed by Bob Sims.
Hello everyone. I just want to say on behalf of the French Quarter Business League, we are very excited to be able to put up these additional resources to have additional police on Bourbon Street in the near-term future. I want to thank Ryan for all the hard work he's put and everyone else behind us. It's been a long year getting here, but we're excited for the future, and we want everyone to know that we take seriously safety on Bourbon Street for not just our customers locally and abroad, but also for all of our employees that come to work every day. We want there to be a renewed safety on Bourbon Street when they come to work and when they come to hang out. So we have a nice, safe, prosperous Bourbon Street going forward. Thank you very much.
Okay, this is a great day for everyone. As I've already said before, this has been something we need to do. My security task force that I chair, we sort of started this process about a year ago. It took a while to find the partners. The French Quarter Business League, particularly stepped up initially, and then of course Sydney Torres stepped up and really made this innovative app, which I think is really going to be something that we can all use. Everybody needs to download it. All the business workers, the residents, everybody who's in the quarter can do their part of making the quarter safer. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for the opportunity to be here and be the kind of partner in the innovation that I think is marking progress forward. I mean, we're in a situation, as the Mayor laid it out, think about travel. Travel's about adventure, it's about experiencing great things, but it has to come with safety. And that's been something that's been challenged here. But the reality is now we've taken a great public-private neighborhood, private sector partnership model and created something unique and different based upon 35 years of history in partnership with the state police and with New Orleans Police Department. What we're looking at doing, and we're very proud of this fact, the hotels in the city, through the assessment applied by the CVB, are putting up 40% of this initially, with other performance from tourism for the convention center putting up an additional $1 million. And this is a great partnership where a portion of our dollars are going to state police, a portion that was flowing to the city are going to NOPD. This is the kind of model of each having a give and take and putting funding together. The ability to create 45 new officers in whatever kind of detachment you call it, of state police support is a game changer for the French Quarter. So we are very excited. We say thank you to the hotels, thank you to all of our membership, and to the mayor and to the police chief, to Major Saison and representing Colonel Edmondson here today. It's going to be a new day in the French Quarter. This combination of forces and combination of effective new policing, new technology, is going to change the nature of visiting the French Quarter, living in the French Quarter, and working here. So we're very excited to be a part of it, and Mayor, thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. I'm Darrell Berger, Chair of the New Orleans Tourism Marketing Corporation, and that is the main hat I have on today. And on behalf of that organization, which is one of the contributing financial organizations to this effort, together with the CVB and others, we want to just declare that this is a dream come true. We have worked very hard in pursuit of what we call the Hospitality Master Plan for many years, ever since that plan was stimulated by then Lieutenant Governor Mitch Landrieu. And of all the things in that plan, the single most important piece is make sure you have a safe city, and particularly make sure you have a safe downtown and French Quarter. And this effort on behalf of that organization is truly the dream come true. I would also just reflect, although we have others to speak about the French Quarter Management District, that organization has been hard at work as well for over 7 years to try to formulate something like this. And thanks to this mayor, to Ryan, and to all of our hospitality partners, and to our citizen partners, without whom we can do nothing, this is really a terrific day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Chair of the Convention Center.
Thank you for having me. I'll try to keep this very brief. We're really glad to be here today. And so on behalf of the Ernest N. Morial Convention Center, the Exhibition Hall Authority that we represent, we're very thankful to the mayor and his administration, Ryan in particular, for spearheading this. Very, very thankful to Colonel Edmondson for his level of engagement, Chief Harrison for embracing the Colonel and these efforts to collaborate in order to, make our downtown core and French Quarter a safer place for our citizens and visitors alike. The Convention Center has been an economic engine of the city for many years now, and we're just really thrilled to be a part of this, to help partner with these other organizations and make our contribution on behalf of the Convention Center in order to get back to our mission of economic development. So we're excited to be here, and I thank all of you, all of the state and local elected officials and our law enforcement bodies that are coming together to make a difference here. So thank you on behalf of the mayor.
My name is Jeremy W., and I'm here today representing the French Quarter Business Association. The French Quarter Business Association is very pleased to see so many groups, organizations, and individuals come together to make the French Quarter safe for everyone. We'd like to thank Mayor Landrieu, the City of New Orleans, the New Orleans Police Department, Colonel Edmondson and the State Police, CBB, the Convention Center, NOTMC, French Quarter Business League, Mr. Sidney Torres, and the Hotel Motel Association, who together are all making these initiatives happen. The FQBA and its board of directors also supports very strongly the Economic Development District and encourages all residents and voters in the French Quarter to get behind this most important funding, a quarter for the quarter, to keep the French Quarter secure. Thank you very much.
As everyone has said earlier, this is an exciting moment. It's so wonderful to be here to support this great initiative. I'm thrilled to be offering a resolution at tomorrow's council meeting to support the Economic Development District. And this is a wonderful opportunity for the French Quarter residents to have a voice in what happens in their everyday lives and what happens to this particularly significant part of our history. Right now, we're looking at an initiative that will provide safety for our citizens without being a burden to other neighborhoods. Other neighborhoods will not be impacted by what we're doing today. And I'm just particularly thrilled to have the support of the state police and to have our New Orleans police officers engaged in this initiative. That was very important to me, and I'm so happy that we were able to include that in this historic development. Right now, we're just looking forward to great things happening. I just want to offer my thanks to the residents, to the business leaders, and particularly to our mayor and to Ryan Burney for bringing all of the parties together to speak as one voice as we move forward. And crime has been the most challenging issue that we've faced. And this is a wonderful step when all of us are on the same page and speaking as one voice and being proactive. So thank you again for this wonderful opportunity, and thank you for everyone who was involved.
Legislators, Jared, you want to say something? All right. Elena, Senator Murray's here.
Well, I just want to say that I am so excited that we're finally at this particular point. I mean, it's really been just years of work to get to this. And I have to thank you, Ryan, for getting us all together every single week for the past several months, because it really took all of us constantly meeting to get to the point that we are now. And as we look for the more permanent solution, I want to let all of you all know that it doesn't end with just this particular plan. We are looking for enhancements to the permanent solution. I'm going to be introducing legislation that'll create the New Orleans Public Safety Fund. And with this New Orleans Public Safety Fund, we're going to work with the Division of Administration, with Commissioner Christy Nichols. I actually met with her on Monday regarding this particular issue and finding additional funding sources for the New Orleans Public Safety Fund so that we have not just this permanent presence, but one that is even more enhanced than this. So once again, great news for not only the French Quarter and the city of New Orleans, but the state of Louisiana as well, because it's in the state's best interest to protect not only the citizens here, but the 9 million visitors who are here every year as well. So thank you.
Good afternoon. I want to thank and commend everybody who helped make this happen today, but particularly the residents and business owners here in the French Quarter. We started down this road some years ago by doing the French Quarter Management District, and they've been real persistent in trying to make sure we had a solution to the things that happen out in the French Quarter. So it's important to me that those residents and business owners are a part of this process. It's really important that happens. It's also important to me that the rest of the city will also see increased protection because of this plan today, and there'll be additional NOPD resources throughout the rest of the city. So once again, I want to commend everybody who makes this happen, and thank you.
Nothing in the world is more valuable than public safety and the security of families. And what is so important about today is that it signifies that the state of Louisiana is coming to the table to make an investment in this important economic driver. That's important because it joins the collaborative efforts of so many of these other people behind me, all these organizations, the City of New Orleans, our city council members, our community. And so I want to thank our state police, Colonel Edmondson, and their leadership, and the men and women of the state police who put their lives on the line every day and join with our New Orleans police officers to do the same. And I also want to say that the value that has been created by this partnership goes way beyond public safety. sets a template out for us to follow for collaboration moving forward, where business leaders in the hospitality industry, business leaders across our city, business leaders across our region come together to collaborate with local and state government to find solutions to our toughest problems. And so I'm grateful to everyone here, I'm grateful to be here, and I thank you all.
Thank you.